To promote group. Welcome, Machen Matthews here. I'll be on camera here in just a second, getting our lighting lit up. So please bear with me. We are live on Facebook. If you want to join us in Zoom directly, I'm going to get this notified to some groups here. Make sure that everybody is aware that we're going to drop some knowledge today. Last week we discussed 6 steps to an automated sales funnel. So we'll be extending that a little bit more so today. Let me get the comments opened up here so I can see you guys on Facebook. I did add the link to Zoom. So if you want to join us in Zoom, you are always welcome. I'll go through a little bit about what our expectations are of the next 20 minutes, what we can expect in this training. Give me a minute to get set up, get prepared, let people know that we are here. We're here on Facebook. This is a private training just for our members here and Paid to Promote. And again, welcome to my office. Let's get started. If you're joining me, please let me know. It is appreciated. If you have questions, you can put them here in the comments. I will be asking for a little bit of interaction with you guys later. I want to know some of the struggles that you're facing with what we're talking about here. So I'll keep an eye out. So again, welcome to my office here in sunny South Texas. I appreciate you joining me. I am your founder at Paid to Promote. I gave myself that fancy title because I started a Facebook group. And I appreciate you guys being here and gals, right? This is a coaching and training platform where I hope to put my lifetime of experience, my 16 plus years of experience. Let me get this recording out here for you guys. So again, here we go. Machen Matthews, your founder and trainer at Paid to Promote. And we've been talking about building relationships with cold or warm audiences. We've been discussing personal branding. We've been discussing how to nurture leads into clients, and most of that being automated. If you see behind me, last week we were discussing, the 6 steps to an automated sales process. We'll be breaking down what happens today in some of these automated warm follow-up strategies and how they can apply to you. So, that's automated prospect outreaching, cold outreach. It's sales follow-ups, nurturing warm leads, somebody who maybe raised their hand in their hand-raising offer in the previous week. I can't see myself. Maybe I should put this up here. I don't know if I'm on camera. There we go. So, nurturing those warm leads, booking more appointments. Right? My schedule is booked back to back to back to back to back, exactly through this method. We'll talk about that a little bit. And here is a good one: attracting new joint venture partners or affiliates or promoters, things like this, attracting new JV partners, and even perhaps for public webinars, increasing your webinar attendance, right? I could have sent you guys some of these warm automated follow-ups, but what we'll be doing here is, like we had last week, we had the 6 steps of the automated sales process. This is going to be kind of 3 strategies for the follow-up. I want you to drop me an emoji, a smiley face, or a hand if you're looking to close more high-end clients, or if you're trying to get in front of new prospects and you want to automate the majority of the work there without losing the touch that makes it all personal. We've had emails that come from some sales system like, HubSpot or some mail software. There's a million of them out there. I can name a dozen of them. They're great. SendGrid and ActiveCampaign and all this stuff, Get Prospect and all these things that are nice for emailing. But when I see that so-and-so has emailed me from such and such corporate, email address, it doesn't feel personal. When I see that somebody's reached out to me in a personal message, maybe Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, etc., and also they've sent me a personal email direct to me, it makes me feel a little different. And probably all of us here that are in business, that have experience in business, we know that it takes 7 to 9 touches on average to get a yes, or for a decision to be reached, right? Or that 3% are likely to buy our product now, and something like 30% are ready to buy our product in the next 3 to 6 months. These are pretty industry standard figures, no matter what your industry or the price range of your product. If you're selling a water bottle or bottle of water, perhaps, or you're selling some $5,000 water purifying device, as long as the product is good and your prospect is qualified and that's what they're wanting, then you're providing that solution, right? Pretty simple stuff. But I want to challenge kind of what you may think, and it'd be easy to say that it's just a numbers game, and we hear that a lot, that it's about, let me get out in front of 1 million people and I'll retire because I just need 3% to buy my course for $30 and I'll make $1 million, and the name of the course will be how to make $900,000 online, or whatever, the $1 million online, or whatever it is, right? Something silly. And that just doesn't work. So if you stick with me just a few minutes, these sessions usually run 30 minutes on the front, 30 minutes of what we're talking about, the what now, and then another 30 minutes of how. So a good hour long. And then after this is over, if you want to join us in Zoom, we'll have Zoom open where we'll go through questions. If you need help getting stuff set up, we can do all that. So bear with me another 2 or 3 minutes. I'll break down and discuss some of the problems that we're going to solve. I really appreciate you joining us today to discuss how the important things can be impacted through these automated strategies. This is not something that you can't do. It's not something outside of your reach on the technology side, because we are here to support you in doing that. But one thing you want to consider is this right for me? When you're thinking that, right? Everybody wants to consider that question. When looking at a webinar, a product, a service, a piece of educational material, whatever, you guys are business owners, or you're looking to build a business. And that's why you're here in this group. You're looking to get paid to promote your own business better by promoting your own business better, right? Let's use our time wiser. Let's increase our own branding. Let's increase our own referrals. But it doesn't work like that course I just mentioned. It doesn't always work. At least it certainly doesn't work on its own. You have to build earnest relationships and build trust with your ideal top perfect buyers, right? And they need to know you as the solution, because you'll get a lot more out of a delighted buyer. Like there's sales processes, there's cycles that we go through as we become a customer of a product. And if we're delighted in that product, we're going to tell someone about that. And as well, if you're selling some cheap course where it's a cheap trick and you make someone feel like they've been part of a cheap trick or been manipulated, nobody wants to be manipulated, right? So one important thing to consider while thinking, is this right for me, is going to be the lifetime value of your client. Okay, what does the lifetime value of your client mean? We'll look at when I was a teenager, I was in my 20s. I was like 21 years old, 20 years old, 1920. I remember because right about the same time I was 21 and allowed to go drink and stay out late, work suddenly got a lot harder. I remember that. But the days of that type of practice are out of here. But what I'm thinking about is an example of when I was a manager for CiCi's Pizza. They would say something like, one lost customer is something like $100,000 for every person that gets upset and walks out the store. I thought that's insane. And as you're going through training and management, they give you the numbers. They show you exactly how the numbers work out. And it's not like, but so-and-so does one. So, no, it's just like straight. When somebody is delighted, they are going to purchase over the course of a lifetime, maybe $20,000, $25,000 worth of pizza. And if they happen to bring one friend out of that time, and that person is capable of being delighted as well, you're talking about increasing the compounding factors of your client's lifetime value by just doing the right thing. I'll ask you a question that I got asked when I first got into web hosting, which is one of my main careers. That's where all my technology experience come from. And they said, what level of service are you going to provide? And I thought, Well, what level do they need, right? Let's make sure that that's proper. So what I'll be asking of us here is what level of service are we going to provide that is special because our clients are special. And a vocab word for us here, if you're joining me, and I said it last week, I said the week before, when I say special, I don't mean shiny or glittery or it flashes on the screen. I don't mean it comes with a big discount. I mean it is specific and useful to the people that you're working with. And so by doing some level of service, providing that high factor there, if you want to get the best buyers and like those buyers, I want to show you the 3 problems we solve with that and ask you, do you want more consistent income? Do you want more referrals, more closed deals, a better way to promote your business and grow your brand without losing that personal touch, without feeling sleazy? Then this is for you. So the problems are, getting your list. Who are your perfect buyers? And there's a lot of strategies out there. Maybe you know who your perfect buyer is already. So let's fast forward. Let's get 10 prospects. How do we get that list of 10 prospects? And when you stick around, I will give you the exact instructions, the recipe, how you can do that on wherever you prefer. We'll use some examples from Facebook. Perhaps it's, I'll dive into how in a minute. So let's talk about what. So first, getting your list, right? And by the end of this, you'll be able to pick up 10 ideal prospects for your perfect buyers for your business. Setting up your software, right? I mentioned earlier, it's not about going and buying out the new coolest software that costs some dollar per month that plugs in and sends automated emails on your behalf. That rarely works today versus, there's still a top of mind effect there, but it doesn't work the same as the personal emails. So setting up your software, such as like Gmail, we'll get into how that's done and a little bit more of the details, but you can have your custom domain, your own website, all of this, you can send directly from Gmail. I own 100 domains. I can send all from one Gmail, any email from any of those accounts, and I can receive emails to any of those accounts straight through Gmail. It's not some special trick or whatever. And then there's multiple software suites that you can plug into that, or little Chrome plugins. There's all sorts depending on your business, your industry, your vertical, the number of clients you're reaching, the type of automation you want. The solution is there, and I am putting those solutions. They're already available to everybody here who's got the CRM already. But the setting up your software side is configuring Gmail, to maybe send automated emails, automate the replies, apply scripts and stuff inside of the Gmail. And the third problem that we'll solve with today's tutorials and the white papers that come along with it regarding this discussion is applying the scripts that you may have already learned in the CRM to your email engine. So I think all of us have had a struggle before where we're trying to get our ideal prospects and try to get them maybe into a meeting or book to sell or find out where they are in the process, right? And so over the previous weeks, we discussed some of the automated strategies, what the tripwires are to determine where they are in that, how to tag people and stuff like that. And so a good example from my world is in web hosting as an infrastructure as a service company, where we're looking for app developers that need somewhere to house their apps and stuff like that. It's a very niche service group. We have a hard time building out the really tiny projects, finding every person and being able to say, hey, we're the budget provider. We're not Google and Amazon. We're not global either. There's only so many locations. And giving all the best value statements and also showing them the difference and educating them along the way, because they don't know us, right? So part of this is in a cold prospecting strategy. If you have a way to contact people, email them, stay on top of mind and all this stuff, it gives us ability to earnestly build that relationship. But also this right here, I promise you, when you stick around to the end, which I see there's only a few of us here in Zoom, and there's only 2 or 3 of us watching on Facebook. Guys, take advantage of this, because I will give you JV partner emails to get the best partners, the best Dream affiliates. This is a way of using this exact system, the 3-part system, using everything that we've learned before here in the group, to go and find the best partners to represent your brand, even the best Dream affiliates, people to go work on your behalf to get the best customers. They have built trust with their audience. And if they haven't, the pay to promote system that you're here viewing is part of that system. I want everyone to take advantage of this. That is why we're doing it. So I do want to ask you who are here. Howdy, Eric. Good to see you. I do want to ask you, what is your biggest frustration with finding the best clients, with finding the best partners, with finding the best ideal clients for you? What is the biggest frustration in that? What is the biggest frustration in staying in touch and following up? What are those frustrations for you? If you're catching this in the replay, let me know. Do the old hashtag replay. The reason we say that is people coming into the group may find this useful, brings it up and lets them know. Let us know here, what is the biggest frustration with finding the best clients and partners? I will provide you a solution here. That's the point of interacting here in the group. Let's discuss it. And like I said, a bonus for staying around for the next few minutes. I'll sit down here a little bit more calm. We'll talk about getting the list. We'll talk about how you want to set up your software, what those plugins are, and what they can do for your business, the results that you can get out of that. And then third, we want to talk about applying those scripts directly to your email engine. So there's the scripts in the CMS, the content management system that we've put together in the pay to promote system. So if you're catching this replay, there will be a link here. If you're catching this live, there's a Zoom link. Join us in Zoom. We will have 30 minutes after this conversation I see a comment. What's our comment here? Eric, good to see you, brother. We'll have 30 minutes here in Zoom afterwards, of which to go through all of these 3 steps with your project and answer any questions you may have right now. So the next thing I want to discuss is, let me show you, for example, how we might do this, how we might get the 10 prospects. In the pay to promote system, we have the ability for you to automate a lot of this. So what I'm discussing, while it sounds like a long and tedious process, you catching the replay here, you'll have access to the content management system that we're putting all these tutorials and white papers is what I'm calling them. They're just, recipes, okay? That'll all be here in the comments. So number 1, in getting your list, how would we maybe get our list of our top buyers? Well, let's look at who our Dream 100 clients are. Let's look at those things that we discussed earlier in this discussion, our lifetime value. And let's take a look at who those people are and build the perfect idea persona of them. If you haven't heard the word persona, or you haven't heard like client profile, best ideal buyers, these are good terms to go ahead and Google or ask us here in the group, and we can give you some good tools for building those out. But essentially, you want to know exactly who your buyer is, so that as we see them, just as a doctor would see somebody with a bandage and say, oh, they perhaps need some sort of attention, or maybe they would see them with a wound, right? Maybe not the bandage yet, and say they need some attention. We want to be able to see our best prospects and say, okay, well, this is where they hang out, okay? And if I go in this place where they hang out, a doctor goes to work, they go to the hospital, but let's say, give me an example if you're catching this, or your business, but let's say that you are a hair salon. So you want to get the best people. You're not going to go, if your hair salon is here in South Texas, you're not going to go look and market to people in Canada. That doesn't make the most sense. But you can still use this warm automated email outreach stuff for people local in your area by getting your list. Get the 10 prospects. The best way to do that, maybe it's Facebook groups, meetup groups, local groups like that. We've got tools inside the software suite. All of it is available to you. Again, this isn't a big sales pitch. This is us collaborating with other business owners who want to network, because it's fun and it is a huge opportunity for you and us and everyone in between to find who it is that they need to connect with to get them to the next level. And so on part 1, getting your list, let's use Facebook as an example. We're a hairstylist. We're going to go to a group that is related to where our best ideal prospects are, and perhaps that's an age group that we're able to identify, and we're going to join this group, right? Perhaps building that list, we can take and just look and add some friends from this group, and we'll have messaging strategies that are all available in the CRM and stuff to begin getting this idea list of who these people are. That's fine. And we can start to nurture the relationship before we ever send an email. And that'll actually make it easier for us to have the warm automated follow-up. Again, we're talking about when people raise their hand and say they are interested in the offer. When they finally say that, how do we continue to nurture that? So we can get our list from something as simple as narrowing down all the information that software already provides for us, like Facebook will tell you who somebody is, what they do for a living, etc. That type of information can be used. So you take something like a group with 100 people in it, 10 of them may be your ideal prospects. So you take that group and you plug it in to a little spreadsheet, piece of software. Welcome. If you're just joining us, this will be on replay. All the Google Docs, all the scripts, everything that is the promise, JV partner scripts, welcome message scripts, all of that is available to you. And if you catch us in Zoom, which is linked above, we can go through and help you apply these scripts to your email engine or help you get this stuff set up. So again, getting your list, lots of ways to do it. One of the best and easiest ways is go where your ideal prospects hang out, narrow that list down to who would fit the profile of that best persona, and then put them into this process of speaking to them in a way that nurtures that relationship. Earlier, I mentioned JV partnerships. So I reached out to other people that were in an industry, and I said, I'm going to do a case study. I'm going to study 100 other people that are also owners of web hosting or web design companies, etc. And when I get the results, I'll send them to you. Great. So they thought that was cool. It wasn't me going, hey, come buy my stuff. It was me going, hey, I thought you might be interested in this that's useful to you. That's that special. That's that thing that's special to somebody. So, and getting our list, we want to make sure that we're looking at people that we have a solution for. The best way to do that is to position ourselves, which we discussed in the earlier weeks that are all available here in the announcements, but profile optimization so that you look the part, you answer the question, is this person able to help me? Are they an authority in their field? Yes, let's keep building that relationship. And we get that list, and then we set up our software. What does that mean? Let's configure Gmail, right? Because like I said, we want to send personal emails. We don't want to send an email from some $30 a month anyway software that we have to go pay and then set up that's complicated and confusing and all this. And then it comes from confusionsoft.com instead of your name or instead of your website where your buyers already spent time working with you or where you've already put your branding. I'm sitting here, there's a piece of advertising for a local barbecue place right here. And I'm just thinking, as I said that, I was thinking, yeah, for example, if this place emailed me with their name, if it was the owner who emailed me, who I've spoken to, or with their domain name, I would reply. But if it's, get your groovy coupon from something confusionsoft.com or ActiveCampaign or whatever, I'm much less likely to read that or even open it or get the time of day. I'm going to keep moving. So setting up your software could be getting your domain names, your website names, things like that, and plugging them into Gmail in a way that lets you receive and send email as that user. Setting up your signatures so that they comply with what your mission is. For me, I love to book appointments. It's the number one thing that I'm wanting to do in the email follow-up is get people into a one-on-one appointment where I can learn more about them, their business, their big dream, and find out if it's something that works with my big dream so we can find more like people to build bigger impact, right? So the third and final thing that we would be going through together is how to apply those scripts to your email engine. So let's say you want to have just a Gmail and a Google Drive, and you have a couple of these scripts that are together for you here in the platform. All you have to do is access the Airtable platform. If you don't have access, just comment here, ask for access, and I'll make sure that you get invited. All it is a 30,000-foot view of what we're talking about. All the scripts, the software setup, and tutorial white papers, like the recipes of how to set it up yourself. You know, a couple of examples would be, let's say we find those ideal prospects. We've set up our Gmail to come from our authoritative domain, the place where we've built a reputation. And we want to discuss with some sort of joint venture partners, people that would be interested in doing some cross promotions, right? I've built an audience of about 40,000, and other people have built audiences of over 100,000. So I'm sure that there's some overlap there, but if there are different solutions, it's great to have the ability to say, hey, it's great that we're connected on Facebook, but I would love to move the needle a little closer to friends. Let's set up a cup of coffee and I can learn more about you and your biz. Hope business is going well. Something like this, right? And we can have a few follow-ups and automate all of that through free software. It's not like you have to pay it on the leg or go pay out thousands of dollars for marketing. Any of that, all of this is available to you in Paid to Promote. What's up, Levante? What's up, David? Good to see you guys here in the Paid to Promote group on Facebook. Let's talk about, before I wrap here, and we got about a minute before I'm going to close the public Facebook and we will be in Zoom. The Zoom link is here on Facebook if you want to join us directly in Zoom. I see that we have no one in Zoom. So you guys, if you do want to hop in Zoom, we can work on these things one-on-one. A good example of what that looks like is some of the JV emails. Like, we've discussed, I found your information on Facebook, or we're both in the same mutual group, or I came across this and I thought it wouldn't hurt, or couldn't help but think it wouldn't hurt to reach out, or something like this, right? So we can do the same thing with other people that are in our industry, and the scripts are available to you in the content management platform and the Paid to Promote system. So you'll get a quick intro. Hey, I'm Machen over here, trainer, Paid to Promote, and we're looking for some cross promotion opportunities. It looks like we're pretty well aligned. Our audience is over 40,000 entrepreneurs who come to us for lead gen and growth strategies. And I think there could be some great synergy to do joint venture. Would you be willing to, or are you ready to, are you open to exploring a conversation later this week? These are the types of things that are in the script. It's all done for you. And when you hang out and Zoom with us on these Wednesday sessions at 2 p.m. Central, we'll actually work to cater these boilerplates, these templates, to what you need in your business. Again, today we looked at automated prospect outreaching, automated sales follow-ups, and nurturing warm leads for people who want to close high-end clients or get in front of new prospects, new businesses. This is great for people like me, who we're building a group here of marketers and business owners because it's fun and it's challenging. And I'm looking forward to y'all's impact and y'all's feedback and transforming how we do business together. But a lot of us, I've worked 16 years in the web hosting industry. A lot of that time was just, how do I get the next big client? And when it's a solopreneur type deal, this stuff that you're getting here in the group is absolutely invaluable. When you're a little bit bigger organization and you're moving a little faster, I think these techniques will seem fairly standard, but having access to a team and a community which is willing to implement this in your business for you to help you get, what does it take? I've got a product. I need to hit 7 touches on somebody to get them in a delightful way to take that next step in our business. Well, here's a blueprint. It's right here for you guys. Drop a comment here. Let me know your industry. I always ask. I love to know what industry you guys are in so I can cater the content that we're developing out to you. If you're catching this in the replay, please let me know. Again, that helps other people that are just joining us today see that this is a recent piece of content that may be useful to them. And remember, it's not always just a numbers game. We need to build earnest relationships, earnest. We got to put work into it. So let's automate 90% of that work. So the work that we're putting in is like this, us spending time doing what we love, doing what we're passionate about, working with people who give a damn about the results that we're capable of putting in front of them, or perhaps the value that the products provide for them. And just today, I met with somebody who is a much more philanthropic cause. It's something I can stand behind just because it's empowering other people. There isn't a product to be sold. It isn't a business. It's a community, and it's growing. And they need a better way to attract people without feeling sleazy and without getting shut down. So, if you're looking for ways to do that, get a hold of the profile optimization. Discuss how to get more clients. Check the 7 things you need to do to get anyone to buy your product, to join your team. Let's check out things like the automated warm follow-up strategies and implement those in your business. Take advantage of what we're putting out here for you, and join me in Zoom if you want to take advantage of it today. If not, hit the announcements. In the announcements, you have the about post and some other links where you can get connected with the tutorials. Get with the person who invited you to this group. If you want to set a one-on-one consultation, it is 100% complimentary. I'm not selling anything except for some fun. Let's have some fun and build business. Let's build it smarter. And if you have somebody who you think could benefit from what you're learning in here, it's not a big sales pitch. This isn't supposed to be a big pitch fest. So I do welcome y'all to continue to post and invite friends. Let's look at how we can best bring value to people. Let's not just share some top blog article. Get in here. Let's share exactly how we can help people. Today we'll be getting 10 prospects, putting them in email in a way that is personal and branded, and applying the scripts so that they can be nurtured into that next step with you. If you appreciate this, please let me know, because you guys are the driving force behind this. Without you, I would be nothing. I wouldn't be doing this. We're about to hit 100 members today. So please, like I said, invite somebody you think they can find some value in this. Hit the Google Doc, get the instructions. It's a lot quicker than the 30-minute video. And I'll see the rest of you guys here in Zoom to work on your specific projects. Take it easy, and see you at the top or to the left of the decimal for all my crypto lovers out there.